Hi there, my name is Tim Wilkie. I don't have any friends. I don't have any love in my life. I pretty much hate my family. And if you don't know, I've been very lonely for a long time. In my civil lawsuit against the Toronto police, I alleged that Detective Hank Insignia actually came to my correctional facility in Ottawa in 2011. So I've been dealing with police corruption for a very long time. Right. I was also a patient of a Dr. Nazarene Roberts, who sex abused her patients. I was sex abused as a child, and I've just had a nonstop, never-ending amount of trauma and suffering. And of course, I came forward as the improperly identified Barry and Honey Sherman murder suspect. But the problem is that all white society is evil, just across the board. Right? Right wing, left wing, fake left wing people. They don't want to help you. When you ask for help, the police don't help you. Right? The news media, they don't help you from being victimized by the police. They don't stop the corruption. These judges and lawyers, they hide behind privileged information, which never should have been privileged. And in the background, I have to pretend like someone didn't break into my apartment and I was sex assaulted. Right? I have to feel lesser and feel like a coward because I have sleep paralysis and sleep apnea. Right? We have to play this game of, what I experienced, who I am. It's just fucking nonsense. Right? I came forward as the Barry and Honey Sherman murder suspect because I was improperly identified. I was a random passerby. And it didn't start with these high school fucking losers. I don't think it did. I moved to Toronto because I knew I was being cyber attacked, right, for like over 10 years. And I can't reach out to anyone. My Facebook messages never go through. Every time I try and upload to YouTube, I don't feel like I'm being heard. Nothing gets through. I try and text people, nothing comes back. I email thousands of work emails and nothing comes back. So if you want to know the modern age of technology, even before AI, the internet is just completely not usable anymore. And they're disingenuous, right? All these fucking white people. They're disingenuous because they don't mean what they say. And they don't mean what they say because they're lying about you, right? I have to hide and pretend like I wasn't abused as a child. I was. And when these undercover cops, not only, at first they were spreading rumors that I was sex abused as a child. Right? And then it became rumors that I was sex abusing people in the community. And then there was rumors that I was sex assaulted. And there's a video going around of me being sex assaulted. Right? I hear a lot of things because I'm being stalked in public, and people are saying that they sex assaulted me and they uploaded a video. Right? Does Kevin Donovan from the Toronto Star, does he give a fuck? Does he care? No. Right? And they're going to say, oh, well, why did you upload this video if you didn't want people to know? Well, actually, I want some love in my life. I don't want to be called a child predator because I'm not. I don't have those charges. Right? Like when I was 19, I blacked out from doing magic mushrooms and I grabbed a nurse's crotch. Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. Okay. But I just thought over like 13, 14 years ago, from 19 to 33, I thought maybe I could turn my life around and work a job. And unfortunately, the job that I work at now, if you're listening, my supervisor is spreading rumors to people at work. So it doesn't matter. Even when they hire you, they're still spreading rumors and talking down to you and making you feel lesser. Right? And they're saying, oh, well, why? Why should we care about you? Fuck you, right? They don't care. It's like all these people online, they don't care about sex assault. They don't care about children being abused. It's all just a joke to them. They don't care. If you're a man and a person of color, the sad fact is any violence can be subjected to you and against you. No one cares. No one cares. When they did interview me, and this is what's going to happen. The news media is going to say, fuck you, Tim Wilkie. You're a piece of shit. Why? Because we say so. We didn't interview you 4 years ago when you tried to come forward to the Toronto police. We didn't question the police. And then the Toronto police are going to play fucking stupid. Like they don't know that these people were attacking me and I'm being harassed in the community. They're going to be, oh, what could we do? No, the reason I don't have a girlfriend, the reason I don't approach women is because I'm afraid I'm going to be attacked or someone around me is going to be attacked. Society is fucking evil. Society is evil. My apartment staff, I'm pretty sure they gave the key to these people so that I was sex assaulted. Right? And I'm feeling a lot of racial hatred because now I have people of color mocking me when I was trying to stick up for their rights, right? All those people, like let's be honest. I'm going to bring it up. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't care. Fuck you people. All these people at Progress Place, if you don't know, there's a mental health facility where people go to called Progress Place. And a lot of them are just youth penitentiary workers who sex assaulted children, right? So if you're someone who is a person of color, you'll always are going to be demonized. Always. For no fucking reason. You know, it wasn't just my psychiatrist who was, she was an East Indian woman, right? That made the news. But all those white security staff, all those nurses at the KGH hospital and at the Hotel Dieu hospital in Kingston, they all fucking sexually assaulted children, and none of them faced any consequence. So if you want to tell me, like, oh, fuck you, Tim Wilkie, you're a piece of shit, it's just like, all right, you know what, fine, then I don't care. I don't care that your children are likely still being sex abused by dozens of people in child and adult psychiatric hospitals across Ontario. That's the joke. That's the big fucking joke, right? That's the joke. Is that the news media won't tell my story because police don't want to just admit that white people are the rapiest people in the country. They never stop sex assaulting people, and they accuse me of some stuff. It's not about my reputation at this point. I have people mocking me every day, right? It's about my safety at this point. I don't give a fuck. Toronto police need to be dismantled. They are a criminal organization, and the white people in Canada are lying to you. It's not some multicultural haven. This country is a fucking joke, and you disgust me. All these white people in power disgust me. Right? And you want to talk about Progress Place? There's a place in the Toronto's gay village called Progress Place. It's a mental health facility, and a lot of these sex abusers from Brookside, a youth detention center, they flock to Progress Place. Big surprise. Right? People being sex assaulted and molested in Toronto, maybe look at Progress Place, because there's not doctors or clinicians looking at your mental health records when St. Michael's Hospital triages you to this police disability run program that they have. White people are the fucking rapiest people in the country, and it's time the fucking news media admits it. Who's really raping people in Toronto? If you want to know, Toronto is probably the rapiest city in the fucking country, if not the world, because the Toronto police are not investigating sex assaults. They sex assaulted Zarabi Maj, a Muslim officer. They joked about Muslim people going missing, right? That's why the Bruce MacArthur victims went missing. And when you have all these weird rapey correctional officers all just congregating at Progress Place, it makes you wonder, like, they're right in the gay village. You don't think that's somehow related to Bruce MacArthur? I think it's a pretty weird coincidence, seeing how Luca Magnotta, also from the village, also some weird creepy stuff going on that they're not talking about. GHB. I don't know, GHB being so prevalent in the city. Toronto police are not investigating sex assaults. That is why Toronto is the rapiest city because the cops are likely sex assaulting people. I did a public deputation, right, about the Palestinian protesters. They said they were being sex assaulted. Why is that? Because the Toronto police will not investigate people actually doing the sex assaults at these fucking protests, and they want to play with our lives and make us a mockery. They want to make people of color, Chinese people. I'm half Chinese. I'm not white enough. I didn't do anything. I never sex assaulted a child. Right? I've been living here in Toronto for 4 years. So who have I hurt? No one. These people are fucking evil. And I'm fucking sick of white culture. I hate these people so much. They're going to ruin this country, and Poilievre's government is going to take power, and they're going to make excuses for these white supremacists. They're isolating me. My emails don't go out. And this is the new technological future that we live in. And this YouTube video will not likely make it out. It won't. I'll have service denial strikes on it, and I'll never get heard. And this is why people go missing in Toronto. The Toronto police are some of the most evil, sick fucking people in existence. This country was never decolonized, and white people got to have children. Their psychopathy got to breed, and that's what's going on. Their genes and their psychopathy, which, by the way, personality encodes for genetics. White psychopathy is a problem in society and in Toronto. And it has to be said. These people in the news media who aren't telling my story, you're fucking psychopathic. And you're a piece of shit. And I fucking hate the news media. You're garbage. All right, this is Valentine's Day. You think I ever had any love in my life or any concern for my safety? No. Right, it's bad enough I was sex abused by someone when I was a child, but it's even worse, that there was abuse in the hospital. There was abuse in the youth detention centers. So if you're a person of color, you're going to be traumatized forever, and you're not going to know why. The sad story is, if you're being hacked right now by these same people, you won't know. You're not savvy at hacking or computer programming. A lot of these people don't know that we're being enslaved by white people. White enslavement. That's what's happening. I don't know if you can notice, but my eye has a tick. Right, I'm so stressed out. My eye permanently does this now. There's just a pulse at the underneath of my dark eyes. There's just a pulse because I'm so stressed. I'm 32. I have a lot more gray hairs than I need to. I've never had any love in my life. Ever. And right now everyone's telling me I don't deserve it. So maybe I don't. I made a mistake when I was 19. I did magic mushrooms. I called an ambulance. I was in the emergency room with all these other patients. I wasn't locked down or secured. And unfortunately, I sex assaulted someone at 19 when I blacked out after having a psychotic episode that I do not remember. And 13, 14 years later, I'm just trying to have a normal life. And I'll never have a normal life. Ever. And these white people are fucking disgusting. They're making rape a political issue. They're making molestation and child sex assault a political issue. When people haven't done any crimes and you don't have any evidence. You don't. If you did, why haven't the police charged me? Bring it to the news. Bring it to the news. If you feel so confident, you bring it to the news media. Bring it to the news media. I want to hear a national story about how I'm the most depraved sex abuser there is. Go ahead.